And at this point, ladies and gents, before things get too formal, we'd just like to ask Jane and Keith to step forward.
Rabbi Belovsky, Rabbi Lister, in due course, family and friends. Welcome to Bushy Academy for their first bar mitzvah party. For those in shul yesterday, we're sure you'll agree that Louis was brilliant. The first review from the JC's theatre correspondent was that this was an incredible, melodious and flawless performance. We're so proud of his hard work and achievement. It was wonderful for us to go to his lessons with Lawrence every week, being part of his learning and seeing him apply himself to the challenge of learning to lane.
He has been very relaxed through the whole process. Something we could have guessed, having had a primary school teacher tell us at age 7, Louis is so laid back, he's practically horizontal. Thank you for being with us to make this occasion such a special one. We're totally overwhelmed at the distances and journeys that people have made. And as part of Louis' geography project, he will tell you which countries people have come from. We're also pleased to have people from all parts of Louis' life. Palmer's Green, Wilson Hillel, Yavna College, Bournemouth, Golders Green, and of course Edgware. Congratulations for happy birthday to Rafi for yesterday. And happy anniversary for tomorrow to Ashley and Maxie. We would also like to mention we have a very special guest here, undercover, nobody actually knows. We have David Cameron here today, so please take a bow.
Take a bow, David.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, David Cameron. At times like this, we remember those no longer with us. We particularly miss our fathers, Aldo and Barry. Louis got to know Nono very well and had a lovely relationship with him. And whilst being very young when Grandpa Barry died, he did get to have a cuddle and a photo with him. We celebrate with our mums, who both have wonderful relationships with Louis. Despite the distance to Bournemouth, Louis has spent lots of time there. The last summer's visit involved Louis staying elsewhere with Grandma at a grandparents' boot camp or finishing school. A little more work is required, Hilary.
Louis spends lots of time with Nonna, including regular sleepovers and visits. At one point he told us, "Can I go to Nonna's? I'm a bit fed up with you and Mummy."
She is looking forward to taking Louis and Josh on a post-bar mitzvah trip to Paris in August. We also miss Aunts Sarah and Rosetta and are so pleased that Louis could sing his Haftarah to Rosetta and those in her old age home when we visited Milan and Venice for Rosh Hashanah.
Since Yavna, he has lived in 3 different locations, which has meant becoming more independent. He is an expert on all type of transport methods, somewhat of a bus geek, having used the 34, 107, 292, 102, 83, 183, anything else, Louis? I think that's it. Not forgetting Bournemouth, Hendon, Thameslink, and of course the Finchley school bus. He has made great school friends while on his travels, many of whom are here today with us, and we thank you to all of you for helping.
For
helping him learn the ropes on his journeys. Now settled into Edgware, the journey is simpler, not that he actually finds it any easier to get up in the morning. He's perfecting his running, with those in the lower numbers of Ashcombe Gardens regularly seeing his 7:37 sprint. Edgware also means that he will have opportunities to participate in all the religious, social and sporting activities on offer.
Who knows what Louis will be in the future, but he is showing early signs of entrepreneurship with his business selling sweets and chocolates to friends at school. He's had a month off this to concentrate on his bar mitzvah, but we know he is keenly checking out the Tesco and Costco prices and will be ready to sell again from tomorrow or after the party tonight if you're desperate. So all those at Yavna, bring your money into school. So he's showing a flair for business, but financial understanding maybe less so. When discussing mortality and wills, as you do, a little while ago, he became animated and asked whether we could leave him our credit cards when we die. Louis has over the years been described as shy, yet he is willing to go to camps, parties and events where he won't know anyone and makes friends easily. On a subject he likes, he can talk and talk and talk. Though age 7, he once said, "I'm lost for words," followed by silence.
He has a cheeky sense of humour. Days before Pesach, Louis asked if we can open a new jar of Nutella. And I said, "We don't open anything just before Pesach." 5 minutes later, Jane says, "Can we open the curtains?" And Louis says, "We don't open anything just before Pesach." At Hillel, a teacher said he was a maths magician. He loves all things maths, just like... No, that's not Mum. Surely not. One evening, aged 8, he asked me if I could teach him something before bed. In the morning, he could still remember that pi is the circumference divided by the diameter.
Science and English are his strong points, except when combined. He brought a cake to the table and asked proudly whether we thought it was anaesthetically pleasing. He's a fantastic traveller, seen when he was 4, and we went to South Africa for 3 weeks. The long journeys didn't faze him. When all 5 of us went to Israel, when the twins were under 2, there were times when we couldn't have coped without his extra pair of hands. He's a great big brother and predicted correctly when Harry and Izzy arrived in October 2009 and came back from hospital 3 weeks later that now the fun starts. He's also said Harry and Izzy are way too cute. On being asked the best bits of the week, he once said, "Coming home every day and seeing big smiles on Isadora and Harry's faces as they're so pleased to see me."
Sometimes he's a bit too literal. On one occasion in Halfords, when he was 8, the cashier said, "Take care," to which Louis replied, "Who am I supposed to take care of?" On a more serious note, putting the caring into action, we are pleased that through the Yoni Jesner volunteer scheme, he's gained experience of volunteering for Jewish and non-Jewish charities. We hope that this will become a regular part of his life, giving him a better understanding of the challenges that others face, and an appreciation of how fortunate we all are. The job of parents is to try and pass on their distilled wisdom, such as it is. Last week, Rabbi Lister called it passing the Torah from generation to generation, something that we physically reenacted in shul yesterday. When this happens at home, there is no guarantee that Louis is paying attention, in the same way that my parents couldn't guarantee that I was either. So here are some thoughts for now.
The first point, do your best. Don't try and be Einstein, just try to be the best Louis you can. And if you're having difficulty, ask for help. From us, from family, or from friends. It's empowering to ask for help from those who have more experience and knowledge, so long as it doesn't mean they're doing the work for you. A lot of the people you can ask are here in this room, and would be delighted to get your call, Skype, text, email, or even visit. Can I just say, if you want to start eating your sandwiches, it's absolutely fine. And then we're going to do Hamotzi, forget that. Sorry, Rabbi. Life can be difficult. At some point, you will have difficult choices to make or hard work to do. But what kind of life is it without problems or challenges? Don't shy away, because from the effort comes the reward. Your incredible effort over the last year has been rewarded in shul. If you ever compare yourself to others regarding money and mitzvot, only compare yourself to those with less money to know how lucky you are, and to those with more good deeds so you know how much better a person you can be.
Make sure to keep learning and reading. Whatever job you want to have, you'll need to keep learning and reading to get there, because at 13 you just don't have what it takes. The same goes for your Jewish life. At 13, it's not enough to last for your whole life. The more you read and learn, the more fulfilling and rewarding your Jewish life will be when, at some point, incredible as it seems, you have your own family. It was great to see that you have already learnt this, when at your lesson a couple of weeks ago with Lawrence, you were already planning to repeat your laning next year. Who do you want to be? What you do is important. but who you will be exceeds this at least tenfold. Being part of the Jewish community as a participant, volunteering, giving a little and often to charity, being an advocate for Israel, these will make you the best Louis you could be. Do it now. Unlike Mum, neither of us are particularly very good at following Grandpa's dictum of do it. However, we recently discovered Calvin Coolidge's version that fits us much better. You can't do everything at once, but you can do something at once. Make the best use of Shabbat. Six days a week we do things, trying to control the world around us. But on Shabbat we just have a chance to be. We can unplug, recharge, and do the really important stuff. Spending time with family and friends, talking, eating, praying, reading, resting, playing games. In short, the stuff that makes life most rewarding. Brevity. I've got loads to say about that. Just kidding.
Our thank yous are on the benches, but we particularly wanted to thank Rabbi Lister, Rabbi Bolofsky, and Lawrence Gordon, Louis' teacher, for all the help and support through the bar mitzvah process you've given all of us over the last year. Finally, to everyone, thanks for sharing Louis' bar mitzvah with us, and have a great afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, if anybody would like to wash their hands before Hamotzi, now is your chance. Please.